Let's play some basketball.
Yeah, Michael, you again.
In time for jump. Thank you so much, Patrick, for cutting me off. Jada Moore for three to get us started. No good. Okay.
Appreciate it, Patrick. Welcome home. Welcome back from your car accident. I'm glad you're okay. Most importantly, I'm glad the computer is okay. We had a couple computer mishaps, but computer and Patrick are okay, and so is Avery Van Sickle. Oh, my goodness. I thought that was going to be a nice quick shot there.
3 offensive rebounds in a row, and then a travel from one of the best girls basketball players in the state of Colorado. That would be Avery Van Sickle. You're going to hear her name quite often this evening. She is a junior, a very talented shooter, and a junior, as a matter of fact. And it's a blast to watch her. We'll see what she can do this evening.
As you see Heritage with the ball, Sam, they're 2-12 on the season. They've lost their last 5 in a row. They're coming off a 56-point loss to Arapahoe. Sam, we saw the Regis Jesuit Raiders win their exhibition game against this Arapahoe team by 3 points. So a team definitely you can beat if you're Regis. And the Regis team, Sam, they're 7th in the state of Colorado. Their only 3 losses have came out of state. They're coming off a 13-point win at Roston Valley and a 25-point game over Denver East. It's been a month since their last home game, so we're excited to see them back here at home.
Avery Van Sickle over Madden McHugh, one of the other sharpshooters on this fantastic girls basketball team. Jada Moore handling. She is a future Kansas State player come next year. She is one of the seniors on this team as Madden McHugh flings one up and misses in her first shot attempt. And here comes Heritage once again, as Jake mentioned, a struggling season to say the least with 2-12 record. We'll see what they can do against this really good Regis team. It's Jada Moore with the steal. The Euro. Oh my goodness! Give me a break.
Give her a chair. She's got to stand up after that
Jada
one.
Moore.
Oh, my goodness. Getting her to the rack for this little bucket there. Getting on the board first. Jada Moore averaging 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 4. Is picking up right where Francesca will leave it off.
Wow, that Euro step. That quick move. That quick layup. Just so nice from Jada Moore. That is exactly what drew Kansas State to her.
There's a second turnover in 2 possessions now.
Avery a 3. She got it. The sniper, her first 3 of the game. Put her on the board with 3 points. 3 of what will be many.
You talk about Avery Van Sickle, 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. Getting started with the 3-pointer there. Heritage has to bounce back after 2 turnovers, and the Raiders have answered them with 5 straight points. There's another. That's 3 turnovers. Avery Van Sickle back the other way. She's going to take them all by herself, Sam.
Pump fake. Mid-range.
You bet it. You betcha, baby.
5 points for Avery Van Sickle. She's got the poise. She's got the moves. That's why she's great.
Sam, this Heritage team has to be careful. The Raiders have outscored opponents by 140 points in their past 5 games here in state. Can you believe that number? 140 points?
It's amazing, Jake. You know, Jake, I just was looking around the gym. I'm so happy. But can you believe I'm looking at this sign up here that says Regis Jesuit home basketball court record 147-18. I mean, does that just not speak to you about how elite this program is here at Regis High School?
Talk about home cooking, baby. It's no better than Regis Jesuit, this girls team picking up. And Sam, we talked about it this year. I was talking to you before the game. And you really want to see some of these teams at Regis Jesuit spark up, especially when you see a team like the boys basketball team not stepping up. And there's 4 straight turnovers, and there's McHugh taking it home in the rack. Easy deuce there, and it's 9-0 Raiders. But Sam, you look at this Raiders girls basketball team, and they're 7-3, not a single loss in the state of Colorado. They're looking to make another tournament run. Their next 3 games come against out-of-state teams. You have Miramonte, top 60 in the country, Cardinal Newman, top 100 team in the country, and finally Bishop Gorman. They're 4th in the state of Nevada. So 3 tough tests coming up after this one, but the Raiders are trying to get a spark of confidence going into that one as Avery Van Sickle lays it home.
Make it 7. This could be a huge night for her, as there's some fans standing on court as if they want to join the play. My goodness, come on, people! Look at the red line. It's not that hard as we get this one started.
Sam, so far, Heritage has more turnovers than they do minutes in this game. They have 5 turnovers so far on Heritage, only 4 minutes into this one. Gonna have to be careful. This is a Raiders team. They're aggressive on defense. As you see, Grace Wigan, 9 rebounds per game. She's coming back. This is only her second game of the season, and there's a 6th turnover of this game and 5 in the last possessions.
The Raiders force another turnover. Something that Coach Maddie really tells his team to lock in is on that defensive end. Obviously, the offense will make up for itself, but on the defensive end, if they can hold teams to low amounts, especially come playoff time, Jake, they will be set for what should hopefully be another championship run as usual.
Avery Van Sickle has it again. She'll take it, and she'll get it off the rack. Nice way to go up strong there. That's number 14.
McKenzie.
She's the freshman, Sam, and she's stepped up so far this season in her new starting role.
And I have to say, Jake, as Nia McKenzie shoots her first 2 free throws of the game for her first points, I was looking at the roster, and I was thinking, obviously, Francesca Belibi, big loss. She was not the only one, though. Grace Wigan's older sister, who was really, really good. I mean, there are so many players that have gone through this program and really impacted this team. I really believe Nia McKenzie is next. I really believe that if she keeps up her work, she works on her three-point shooting, she works on her handles, and she becomes a solid, small forward type player, I really don't think there's a limit on what she can do.
I couldn't agree more. And then you look at the other side of things, Sam Jones picking up right where Fran Belibi left off. Sam Jones averaging 11 points and 5 rebounds on the season. So you look at the guard position, you have Savitri Jackson and Nia McKenzie as Jada Moore lays it home there. 14-0 start for the Raiders, and you got to be shaking your head a little bit if you're a Heritage Eagle fan right now, Sam. A rough start for them.
The 2-3 zone is working to perfection as that layup is missed. Nia McKenzie recovers the board, and here comes Jada Moore in transition. She is lethal in fast break opportunities. Crossover, take with the left. No good, but Nia McKenzie is there for her first
Fourth
basket of the game.
There we go. There's so many points to go around, Sam. I'm already losing track, too. 16-0 for the Raiders. Sam, I wonder what the mercy rule score is here. In ping pong, it's 7 points.
Oh, goodness.
Sure, that's 7 turnovers, Sam. Speak of the number 7. 7 turnovers now on the Heritage Eagles. Rough start for them. Raiders already 3 subs ready to come back in this one. It's Sam Jones, Avery Van Sickle on the sidelines for the Raiders.
Michelle East as well. Nice pass, wide open, trying to go bank. No good on one, and here comes Heritage in transition with the nice board. They need to find some kind of consistency on the offensive and defensive end. They are lacking.
That was Kate Lord on the last shot there. One of the versatile players on this team. She'll play field hockey. She'll play basketball. And she's one of those players you want to get her minutes come postseason time. She could be a 6th man on the bench.
Great cut for Heritage, but they still can't find it. And a timeout for Coach Maddie and the Raiders to bring the subs in. Mulberger, Sam Jones, Van Sickle, Madden McHugh, and Michelle East. Now, Jake, while we have this break, you talk about this team coming off a big win against Ralston Valley, one of their closer games of the season. I know it may not say it was a 54-41 W at Ralston Valley, and the numbers, Jake, pretty impressive. 42% shooting. You can't be mad with it. It's obviously it's tough in high school. You're not expecting 70, 80% numbers, so 42 is a good number to have. And you talk about this, Jake, too, and I really look at this stat as being one of the most important ones. The start and the finish of how you play these games. You start off with a 19-7 first quarter, and then you finish the game 14-8. Those stats are huge because that shows that you know how to start a game on a high note, but you also know how to close things out. And they have 2 closers in Jada Moore and Avery Van Sickle.
That's right, and I may not be a math guy, but that's an 18-point differential between those two quarters there. Plays the difference in the whole game. The Raiders end up winning by 13 points, so you talk about it. A close game for the Raiders in 13 points. We already mentioned it, 140 points over their last 5 games, outscoring teams. Nice steal there, though. Back the other way, that was the Heritage Eagles there. Nice drive on that one, Sam, and Heritage trying to get their first points of the game.
They'll go to the line. Unless they call it, they're going to call it on the floor. Interesting one. I thought that was going to be free throws, but it will be on the floor. And speaking of that game, again, Avery Van Sickle with 20 during that game, 7 of 14, 50% shooting, and then Jada Moore adds in 10. You can't
Ella
ask for
Burke,
more.
the freshman, off the mark there, and a little volleyball tap out of bounds there, and another foul on the Raiders.
And Jake, that's the one. If there's one main thing that I can think of just from watching this team, the few games that we have done for Raider Sports Network, the defensive rebounding and overall post defense I feel is the one thing, and I think Sam Jones is great as you see a wide open. Sam Jones comes across, but they call a blocking foul. I think that if they can lock in the paint, defend it, stick in, the 2-3 zone works so well. It's cursed a lot of the teams they've played against, but a part of that 2-3 zone, Jake, is watching that inside take. You know, you're going to see very often that these teams we play are going to try to get into the lane as much as possible. They're not going to try to shoot as many threes as you would see in a boys game. That means the post defense needs to be even better.
You're correct, and they got to step up, especially only having 2 players at that 6-foot mark. You see a team like this Heritage team, they have several players at that 6-foot mark and above. You come to the state playoffs and you go farther. When you play some better teams, you have the taller players, and you go up against those players, you got to be able to have good post defense, as you talked about. You can't get worked down low. One of the biggest points of this team, they got to also work on their free throws, Sam. I wanted to bring that up last year. That was one of their biggest kryptonites, if you will, not just Francesca Belibi. She missed a bunch of key free throws in crunch time, but several of these players got to work on those free throws. In a game like this, a game where you're up 16, this is a time to work on those free throws.
You're right.
It was Melissa Geisen, whatever you want to say it, for Heritage at the line on the prior shot there. She missed both of them, so the score still 16-0. Jump ball there. Jada Moore checking in now for the second time today. Coming now, just a little quick water break there for her. She's right back in this one.
It's going to be an inbound play. Let's see what they can do. Great defense. They're able to get it in a quick trigger jumper. It's good. A beautiful shot, too, as well, but they leave her open in that zone that has worked so well.
Anika Kime, she had a nice shot there, and Avery Van Sickle the answer.
She got it.
Yes, sir.
She's remarkable. Steps up the court into her 3.
Anything you can do, I can do better, says Avery Van Sickle, and spots up a 3 there. Right back at you, Anika Kimes.
Immediately trapping once again. Sam Jones with the steal
She
in
read
transition.
It perfectly. Beautiful read there on that pass. She stepped right through it, cut the zone off, gave her no angle to pass that ball, and took it to the house. 21-2 now the score.
Here comes Heritage. It's 21-2, and we're still in this first quarter.
Ella Burke,
nice
the freshman.
Ooh, almost 2 crossovers, but Jada Moore there. She has Avery Van Sickle on her back. The layup. Perfect.
These transition points, these fast break points, saving the Raiders right now. Already 11 points off the fast break. 23 points in the first quarter for a team that scores 58 points per game.
And it's a calling card, Jake.
It sure is, as the Raiders' defense has been primed tonight.
Great defense, and it'll be Raider ball. Jada Moore will get this one.
I know quickly, Sam, I wanted to point out, over our 4 years, we've seen a lot of games like this for the Raiders where they start getting that early lead, and then for Coach Matty, it's challenging his defense. How can you play great defense, not just giving up a couple points, a couple lazy points, but can you shut them down the entire half? That's a challenge for this team. Can you stay with it all 4 quarters, not just that one or that fourth quarter? You got to stay with it all 4 quarters.
You're right. Van Sickle over to Grace Wygand. In the post, Sam Jones, 1 bounce. No good. And Mohlberger loses the board, and here comes Heritage.
That's a shot she's got to make. That Sam Jones shot down low. She had the look, just couldn't get it home.
And it was a great move, too. 1 bounce into a layup. It's what you got to do.
Sam, for Heritage, they have a freshman and a sophomore running the point tonight. Not a lot of age on this team. As you see, Avery Van Sickle, nice hustle there, lays it home. So many layups for this team tonight. 25 points to show for it.
With 3 seconds left, a mid-range before the buzzer. No good. Up, no good. What a defensive quarter to start off this game from the Raiders. They hold this Heritage team to single digits, but not only single digits. 2 points, Jake.
Somebody get the hose. The Raiders are on fire.
So, Jake, back to the numbers. We're comparing last year's numbers. And obviously, there's going to be a difference there. We both know it. It's not going to be the same. Last year, especially the field goal percentage inside, especially with Fran, anytime she was in the post down low, you could pretty much call it in every time. They don't have that this year, and you're seeing a team that doesn't shoot the ball as well, Jake. They're only shooting 39% on the season. They are making a lot of baskets, though, about 58 points a game, which is impressive for not shooting a great amount. But what I wonder is, and they're also not shooting the 3 ball great, Jake, which is surprising with a Avery Van Sickle-led team because she is a masterful 3-point shooter. They're only shooting 28%, and they've also only taken 180 attempts and made 51 of them. I'm just wondering if there's something that they can do on the offensive end to tighten it up, to make them a little bit more threatening, because I just don't know if they have that threatening factor that they had when they had the rest of the teammates last year.
I'll tell you one thing I know what they say in basketball, defense turns into offense. The Raiders have had that spark all night long tonight, all those fast break points, and that lends to another point I want to make is with Fran gone, yes, you lose a lot of that power down low, Sam, but you also gain a lot of speed. Fran was not one of the fastest players on this team, and you can run the floor a lot better without Fran. You have a lot more speed down there. Another nice pass down low, finding Sam Jones. Unselfish pass there, and Sam Jones puts it home. But this is a Raiders team. Now they can run the floor. They have so many guards on this team, a lot of speed, and they can really challenge you on one end, take the ball away, and get the easy layup, and that's what this team has done so far tonight.
An out-of-control layup there by Heritage, and Jada Moore loses it out of bounds. She knows it, not upset about it. Just a slight turnover there, and it will be Heritage ball once again. A team, Jake, one of the other problems, this Regis team does tend to turn the ball over on a pretty consistent rate, something that Coach Matty is not happy with and wants it to be shored up before playoff time.
Another fast break here. Jada Moore going quickly.
What a pass.
The dime.
To Jada.
Back and forth.
She got it.
Go. Scheckenbeck put it home. Wow, Sam, those two girls showing off tonight. Jada Moore and Maddie McHugh back and forth passing there, putting it home 29-2.
Hot potato passing there, and they get it to go. It's just the unselfishness that you want if you want to succeed.
Just a brick there on the other side for number 20, Anika Kimes. She's got the only points here for Heritage.
Huge board. Avery Van Sickle. She's got her full starting lineup in right now. We'll talk more about the Mollberger addition to this starting lineup when we get the chance. Speaking of Mollberger, she gets the bank shot inside. She's been there defensively, and she's been a post option as well. Passing out of it, she's reminding me of a Nikola Jokic, not only looking for her own shot, but lobbing it over the top to Sam Jones and Jada.
It's there all day long. Just play some bully ball down low, and you get the open look. The Raiders capitalizing one after another on these layups, and there's another one. Jada Moore making it 33-2 here. And the Heritage Eagles are in shock. Pretty soon, Sam, I got to say, this Heritage team needs a big body out there. They're going to need to bring Patrick. There needs somebody out there. There's a guy in front of me, 6'8". He's got to be down there.
Yeah, they could use Alicia Davis from Grandview.
Is Alicia still suspended after that game? She's been out a long time.
No.
I watch that game all the time, Sam. A fun one, not only for the Fran dunk, but the little fight, a little skimmer up we had there.
I just love reading the criticism comments we have on that post. It's just comical.
Hey, haters gonna hate, you know. Taylor Swift said it best.
A platoon swap is about to happen. Van Sickle, you can count that.
You can't hate that.
Oh,
you can't hate that. Beautiful shot for him. 38-2. Sound the sirens.
Yes.
Because the Raiders are taking this one in full force.
And we already have a running clock, Jake. And we are not even halfway through this second quarter. Jake, this is just this team has so much potential. I know that not every team we play is going to be at this level of Heritage. Not anything against Heritage. I'm just speaking fact. But I'm telling you this. I'm going to give you an example. Heritage High School or not Heritage. Highlands Ranch is a school I think about first. Every year, their girls back. They have one of the best, not only teams every year, their coaching staff is simply masterful. Fun fact, too, they have the only all-girls coaching staff in the state of Colorado, which is pretty interesting.
That's unique.
And let me tell you, Jake, it works. That team every year, it has so much firepower, and they have a lot of people. Yes, this game is good to improve on your skills and take advantage on the defensive end, but you got to know if you're the Raiders, not every game is going to come this easy, especially come playoff time. If they want to win a championship, they'll be playing teams 5 times as good as this one.
That's right, and we didn't get a chance to do our keys to the game prior to the opening tip-off tonight, but I wanted to quickly point out one of my keys to the game would be fundamentals, Sam. You get a lead like this, you got to be able to work on your fundamentals. We talk about next week they're going up against Miramonte, a top 60 team in the country and one of the top teams in California. It doesn't get any easier after that with Cardinal Newman and Bishop Gorman.
Nia McKenzie getting fouled on her take to the rim, and you're right, Jake. They have challenges this season. They definitely don't have the easiest schedule ever, but I think that's good for them.
That's right.
As much as they can prepare for playoff season, the better.
As you see Jackson hit the first one there. I mean, Mackenzie, excuse me. You talk about the Raiders in 4 road trips this season to different states, and that's one way this team can improve not just in the state, but nationally. They can beat some of these out-of-state teams. They've already done it twice this year. They do have their 3 losses out of state, but they get another chance to redeem themselves come time in California.
Out of bounds, Eagles ball.
Grace Wygand loses that off her hands as she tried to save it, and Heritage will come up. 5:18 left to go in this exhilarating second quarter. 39-2, another turnover. Gosh, that word just keeps popping up in my vocabulary. I have nothing else to say about this team.
Can you believe there's already double-digit turnovers on this team, Sam? They got more points than turnovers.
It's amazing.
Excuse me, more turnovers than points. That was missaid.
Nia McKenzie, one bounce layup.
What the? Go knock that in, Sam. Go
Yes.
put that in the basket.
Go knock that wedgie in. As she wedges it in between the backboard and the rim.
Fran would have dunked that ball right in
She
the hoop.
would have.
Speaking of Fran, Sam, I've heard a lot of news over her the last couple weeks. She's
Yes.
been one of the star players, leading scorer over there at Stanford.
You're right.
Very great to see that. Very fun to watch player. I know you saw her in the dunk contest
Yeah.
and overtaking that
Amazing.
one, of course, but so fun to watch, Francesca Believi.
She has quite a future in basketball if she chooses that route. We'll see if she does. Obviously, for those of you who knew Francesca Believi beyond the court, she was a very smart person. She maybe one of the smartest that Regis has ever seen. She got one of the highest ACT scores that this school has ever seen in its history. She's just absolutely fantastic, and she wants to be a doctor. Both of her parents are doctors as their profession, and I hope she goes into the WNBA as a top 10 draft pick, but obviously it's her choice, and I hope that she does well in whatever she chooses.
And yet another player on this Raiders team. You talk about Fran Believi, a player that plays multiple sports. She was a tennis player as well, one of the best tennis players in the state of Colorado as well, so she can play just about anything, do just about anything. What a shot there, up and under. Tried to scoop that one up, couldn't get that one with the roll.
Nia McKenzie with the nice up and under, but can't finish on the layup. She's got the moves.
Raiders, look at that pressure, Sam. This is like taking candy from a baby, and this one goes back the other way to the Raiders.
Another turnover. It will be Regis ball. This Heritage team has no answers when it comes to solving this riddle, which is this 2-3 zone. Swinging the ball is the Raiders. They're looking for a wide open shot. A cutter into the middle. Grace Wygand swing it to Michelle East. Mid-range. Trying to bake it. No good. Michelle East are on board. Wygand. Mid-range. No good. It'll be Regis ball. Or sorry, Heritage ball.
At that prior possession for the Raiders. I didn't love the shot there from East, but a good
Yeah.
job to follow that shot, follow her own shot, get the rebound there, and give her another opportunity. Not a great shot selection there, I'll give that one, but good defense that time. Good job on the trap there for the Raiders, and it's yet another turnover.
Grace Wygand over the top. And that would be Bachelet getting fouled. And for those of you who do not know Bachelet, she actually, Jake, I actually didn't know this, Miss Casas, my former teacher last semester. First of all, she's great. Just have to say that. Thank you for that, Patrick. She's originally from Alaska. Jake,
No way.
This is her first year at Regis Jesuit High School. I actually thought that she was a student here, but she was not. She is formerly from Alaska. She moved here, and she's now on this swinging JV varsity and getting heavy minutes on varsity, too. She kind of reminds me of the Archer Van Sickle on the boys' team, a player who swings JV varsity but gets big minutes in varsity games as well. And she's been talented. She has the handles. She can shoot the ball. She's a really versatile guard.
You know who she reminds me a little bit of, Sam, is Zoe on that boys' team. She's
You're right.
5'3", a little undersized.
Yep.
A guard that can do a little nifty, shifty, shake and bake. You tell me she gets a steal there and draws another turnover for the Raiders. I'm starting to lose track here, Sam, as I see a fan with a Baby Shark jersey in front of me. It's another nightmare tonight for me. I don't know what to say. I got that song stuck in my head.
I know, it's painful. Avery Van Sickle back into the game. Avery Van Sickle, come on, people.
Oh, she says,
travel.
come on, what? Me? Who?
What was the travel?
Where? When? What? Why? How? Because?
Definitely not the right call. If anything, they should have called a foul on the other team for playing terrible defense.
I think they just felt bad for him there that time.
Jada
A
Moore
little
with
bit
the
of shot.
steal. She's going to get those points right back, and she will with the left. It's starting to become a layup. The parents in this Heritage section are yawning.
That's right.
They are yawning.
Look at all these phones out tonight. It's these fans. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah, we're not at the Apple Store.
Yeah, we got to take those phones on airplane mode as you see the Raiders.
Van Sickle, transition 3. She got it! The sniper from the top in transition off the great defensive play for 3.
She said, "You can call me a travel once. I'm not traveling this time." 3-pointer there gets it to go. Avery Van Sickle, the third 3-pointer already in this one.
And now Patrick's starting to support the other team.
I think he feels bad.
Avery off the screen.
She wanted it.
3. Ooh, she's gonna shoot this one. You cannot give her this much room.
She's disrespected.
You cannot give her this much room.
You are disrespecting the best shooter in the state of Colorado. Oh my goodness, Avery Van Sickle. She says, "Don't do me like that." That's 3 3-pointers in a row for Van Sickle and Sam Jones. Give me that.
Sam Jones, Jada Moore, good.
Sam, I feel like I'm watching an all-star game right now.
Timeout Heritage. Big play from the Raiders. 51-2 with 2:02 left to go. We'll take a timeout here on the Raider Sports Network. Welcome back. Here comes Heritage.
I just received word that Jack Fade is actually abandoning his camera duties in the second half to go play for this team. So, Jack, I wish you well in your dancing skills.
Trying to get a steal are the Raiders.
Katie Kesselman.
They're playing a zone-style defense. Nice pump fake. And a foul by Mohlberger.
Beautiful move there from Keon Jost, the senior of this team, the leading scorer. She only has 7 per game, but she does lead this team. 7 points to go along with 6 rebounds for Jost.
She'll go to the line for 2. And while we have this moment during the free throw line, just want to give a quick shout out to all the juniors and seniors and staff members who are on this current Kairos that left today, K131. I hope that they have a pleasant experience, and we can't wait to see them back next week.
This week, huh? They get back Friday, don't they?
You are just so correct. I need to hire a manager that does my scheduling for me.
Oh my goodness, and Coach Anne-Marie Fugino needs a manager as well, down 48 points right now. As they get their first basket in a century.
Wait, that guy's an Anne-Marie?
Anne-Marie Fugino.
Really? Are you serious?
It's a girl, Sam, I think.
That guy with a beard is a girl?
Is it Megan? No, it's Ann. His name is Ann. Yeah, yep, that's what it says on my sheet here tonight. It could be the principal. It could be their principal taking over as coach or athletic director Brock Becker.
Mr. Anne-Marie Fugino, then.
It could be Stacy.
Could be
I don't think he looks like a Stacy personally, but...
Mohlberger, quick catch and shoot.
She looked like she got fouled there. No call on that.
Mohlberger, not polished on the offensive end, still working on that side of things as that one goes off of Heritage. Turnover. Stay with us at halftime. Jake and I are going to do a little halftime show during the intermission. We're just going to talk about professional sports and what's going on.
Sure. Well, maybe we'll even draw a playbook for the Heritage and try and teach them what the game of basketball is as you see players
my goodness.
kicking the ball out there. Sam, I thought we were watching a youth soccer game there.
What am I
second.
watching?
Oh, man.
Looks like the Chaparral Sharks that I used to swim for when I was in preschool. Oh, my goodness.
Kicking that ball around like she's a little ballerina out there on the court.
This has definitely been one of the craziest halves of girls basketball. Definitely one of the craziest since the game where Regis beat Cherokee Trail in the second round of the playoffs. I think it was the final score was 72-5.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I'll make sure to go ask Michael Manukian at halftime what the largest win in Raiders history is, or most points scored. Have we ever hit 100, Patrick?
Yeah.
They did. Oh, they did. You're right.
They
did score 100. I think we got tacos
with
that
ease.
game.
And that game, Fran had a triple-double. Unbelievable.
I think we had a triple-double just watching.
You're right.
30 seconds. What do you think about a 2-for-1 here, Sam? Maybe Avery Van Sickle stop and pop three. They're still not respecting
her. Range.
her.
That's her range. Look, they're still leaving her open.
Wide open.
Oh, give me a break. Finally misses one.
I think she thought she was at the Trails Rec Center just practicing and taking those logo shots all day long. Nobody even within feet of her.
Post move. Ooh, that was a walk and an air ball at the same. Oh, wow.
A foul there. Okay.
Wow, that looked like both a walk and an air ball at the same time, but they'll choose the foul instead. Go for a 0 of 2. Again, stick around with us. For those of you who are just tuning in with us for the first time, again, my name is Sam Stern, Jake Stewart, Patrick Carlson doing a great job as usual, Jack Fate and Sophia Marsnick helping us out as usual with social media and photography. We are a student-run media network. We do TV shows with RJTV, Raider Sports Network that you are tuning into now, Elevate Magazine and RJ Media Now. Make sure to stick with us at all of our platforms.
Wyken's got 5. Coverage. Van Sickle's got 4. Down to 3, 2.
Van Sickle. Step back.
Just off
no
the
good.
Mark. As Keon Yost made one of her 2 free throws, extending this team's point score total up to 4, as we see some kids getting ready to come on the court, and they're trying out for Heritage as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh, is this a salsa? Is that what I heard? There's jump ropes.
Jump rope team. And they didn't invite me? I can jump rope.
Jack Fate, you did jump rope in elementary school, didn't you? Are you leaving?
So we're going to take a quick break here on the Raider Sports Network. We'll be back with you in just a little bit. We're going to go say hi to Mr. Exciting himself, Michael Manukian. Just kidding.
Enjoy the jump rope.
Enjoy the jump rope. We'll be with you after this halftime show. We'll see you later.
Raiders, I'm Monroe.
And I'm Cassidy.
This week on RJTV, we take a look at our prestigious speech and debate program, Wrestling Season Hype, and Leighton Hall with Live Witness News.
That and more this week on RJTV.
To start things off,
Welcome back here on the Raider Sports Network. A little jump rope action for you. Why not? Let's show it off to him, Sophia. You got a little play-by-play here going? I'm having so much fun right now.
So much happening. It's almost chaotic.
I think it is.
But, I mean, the Kids Bop soundtrack is definitely the best part.
Get in here, Jack. Get in here.
Yeah,
show them your dance moves.
You want to do the dance moves for the camera for the halftime show?
Yeah, get a mic on, Jack. Come on.
Yeah.
So much fun here tonight. It's a 47-point lead for the Raiders here at Regis Jesuit High School, looking to improve the home court record to a 148-18 record. And oh my goodness, he gets tangled up there on the left side. Patrick, show it to him. Left side, Pat. Oh, he's falling down.
Oh no.
Get this man a carton of milk. It's slippery out there on the court. Somebody sprayed some butter out there, and he fell down as Jack Fate enters the chat here. I mean, there's people going down left and right. Sam Stern is.
That's okay. They're trying their best. Would you like to jump?
I won't. I mean, I can't do jump rope, unfortunately.
You know, then I don't think you're in a position to judge, my friend. I think that
Jack Fate
really
enters our broadcast. Jack, this is your
takes.
first time entering a basketball broadcast. What can you say about the performance of the Raiders and the performance of the jump rope team out here? Here.
His mic isn't. His headphones.
How's that, Jack? You in?
Can you hear us?
No? All right, well, we'll get Jack Fate to you here in just a minute. Jack's having a little technical difficulties. But, Sophia, what can you tell me about, I mean, the players are even out here watching this.
I know. It's fantastic to get to see the Raiders down here participating in this. Obviously, if the score didn't look like it does, I don't think this would be the same show that we're seeing right now. But even from the sidelines, come on, Pat. No, we're back on. I mean, yeah, he had to re-plug it back in, but it should be fine. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
Sorry for those technical difficulties. We're hearing another performance.
This is the final trick from the elementary school and their jump rope team. We're so glad that we finally got to get on back to
Red Hawk Ridge out here.
Oh, we get to see the rest of the show.
Just an exciting performance as you hear Truth Hurts by Lizzo herself in the background here.
Well, I don't think it's Lizzo. I think it is the Kids Bop version of Lizzo, but
oh, that's right. I need to refresh my Kids Bop. I'll add it to my Spotify playlist.
Definitely. What's the Spotify so we can go look it up?
I'm not going to disclose that. As you see a final wave out here. Thanks so much to these little guys for performing tonight. A 47-point in lead for the Raiders, and a lot of clapping and waving and all sorts of a beautiful performance there.
Yes, definitely from the sidelines. This game is a fantastic game to watch and to take pictures of, that's for sure.
So we're going to take a quick break here on the Raider Sports Network. Get the second half for you here in just a moment. We'll be back next.
Welcome back to Raider Sports Network. My name is Sam Stern alongside Jake Stewart, Patrick Carlson, Jack Fate, and Sophia Marcinek. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this evening. It's been a fantastic evening. Not only is our team playing some fantastic basketball against this struggling Heritage roster, but we also have a great halftime show, and it's really cool to see this school going out into the community and showing the men and women with and for others exposed, and showing this Red Hawk Ridge jump roping team. I have to say, in all seriousness, I've seen some pretty pitiful halftime shows with football and basketball combined. That one was probably the coolest one I've seen. The pogo stick while going over a jump rope on top of it was phenomenal, Jake.
It really truly was. I mean, we saw some music, we saw some stunts I haven't seen in a while, and I mean, the last time we saw a performance at halftime for the Raiders, it's gone all the way back to the beginning of the football season. You talk about the flag throwers, to name a few, the choirs, the many jumpers, and this one was very top of that list.
It'll be Heritage Ball to start off this third quarter. 51-4 is the score. It was a utter domination of this Heritage team. Thank you so much for tuning in with us once again. Sam Stern, Jake Stewart, Patrick Carlson, Jack Fate, and Sophia Marcinek. Over the top is Heritage. They're trying to work it in the middle, trying to get a look. Jada Moore is there, and it's a jump ball, and it'll be in.
Possession arrow was towards the Raiders, so the Raiders will get it.
It wasn't, but they have their possession arrows messed up. I don't know. Must be Michael's fault.
Michael reversing it twice there,
yeah.
So a little bit of miscue on Michael Manugian's part.
Avery Van Sickle over to Madden McHugh. Swing it to Jada Moore. Not a three-point threat, but she is. Not that time. And that's boarded by
She is, though. Jada Moore?
No good.
No?
And something, Jake, and I actually didn't bring it up in that first half, and I wanted to. That's the one part of her game going into college, Jake, that I still feel like needs a lot of improvement, as there's a foul there. She's a great player, don't get me wrong. She's shifty as all get out. She can take it to the basket. She has a great mid-range, but, Jake, it seems like in this day and age, both WNBA, NBA, women's college basketball, boys college basketball, you got to be able to shoot the three ball. Or else there aren't going to be schools or even professional teams that want to have you on a consistent basis.
Especially as a guard and an open three ball as well. You got to be able to hit that shot, especially, you talked about it, going into the WNBA. I mean, even Fran shot that ball from time to time with some consistency, so she's got to be able to make that. As you see, Keon Jost adding two there. A nice start here for Heritage, getting the first 2 points of the second half. Keon Jost has 5 of them so far in this one.
Jada Moore thought about it. Madden McHugh is a three-point threat. She doesn't need any work on her shooting. Sam Jones with one hand, the board, and good.
She corralled that thing from way over her head, puts it home. One-handed rebound there. Nice job, Sam Jones. She's such a threat down low, Sam, averaging once again 14 points and 6 rebounds on the season. A steal for Sam Jones. Back the other way. Nobody called Wolf there, and it's back to Heritage.
Lack of communication there from the Raiders. Coach Maddie does not like that one. It'll go right back to Heritage. 53-6, they need a score. The floater off, and Sam Jones, the strong rebound, and here she comes.
I gotta think she's on the verge of a double-double tonight, Sam. She's got about a score and a rebound just about every time down the floor. As you see McHugh with it here. Sam, I'd love to get that post presence in there for the Raiders once again. They saw it, but this works as well. Oh, Avery Van Sickle gets the roll there. The three-point bomber, Avery Van Sickle, and it's a 50-point lead for the Raiders.
Michael Manugian finally showing some excitement on that call. A deep one. How about that by Yost? Or Jost, or however you want to call it. Here it comes.
We'll have to ask on that pronunciation. Is the J silent? I don't know.
Oh, trust me, I'd have no problem with asking. Here comes Jada Moore. Working the dribble. Nice pass over her head. No looker. And Sam Jones misses the first time but makes the second. That was just an unfair pass there. Behind the back, she had eyes on the back of her head on that one.
To the credit of Sam Jones there, that she had no defense on her. It was invisible, so the rebound went right back to her own hands, puts it back up. Against a better team, Sam, you got to be able to hit that shot down low. That's an easy 2 points, but we'll take it on the second chance points. The second chance there all night long, and there's Yost off the mark once again.
They're getting their wide open opportunities. Jay Moore. Oh, wow. That was a high-powered pass there. And the Raiders will bring in 2 subs, Grace Wygand And then number 10, Lord. And Jake, I forgot to mention earlier, Grace Wigan no longer in the starting lineup. She will be coming off the bench, and they're going to move Mulberger, the older of the two, into that second unit. And Jake, I think the main reason they're doing that is so that the strength of their bench doesn't go down when they put all their best players on the court. Because I can honestly say Grace Wigan is definitely our best defender on this team, and they want to have her in that second unit to keep things going.
And you talk about Wigan a little bit. This is her first game back from injury. She's averaging 3 points and 8 rebounds on the year. She's one of those hustle players you talk about, and so is Sam Jones. Spots up a 3 there. She can shoot the deep ball with ease outside there. Sam Jones averaging 11 points per game, and she's got a bucket there.
61-6. They're trying to get to 100. We'll see if they'll be able to do it. With Van Sickle in the game, you just never know. Working in the post, Van Sickle. Not strong enough. D, and Heritage finally gets a bucket after having a long drought there, and here comes Van Sickle.
That was Addie Alger there, their first bucket of the game, 61-8 the score now. And Sam, I think the challenge for the Raiders, as the shot there from Wigan off the mark, too strong there. I think the challenge for the Raiders, can you keep this team to single digits? You talk about it with Coach Matty on the sideline. He loves the defense from this team. It's been good so far tonight as well.
A mishandle up top by Heritage. They're just trying to get, oh, yep, that's a switch of the hand double dribble.
Melissa Geeson there called for that one. And Sam, I got to point out right now at this point in the game, I mean, you talk about shoes for the boys' games. Not a lot of shoes out there. They're all white, so I want to quickly point out all the, we might as well look at hair colors. So we
and they're all wearing the same shoes, Jake.
That's
just
right,
so you know.
and they almost all have the same hair color. I mean,
the Raiders?
A lot of blondes out there for both teams.
Sure. I'll give it to you. Nia McKenzie, Grace Wigan, Avery Van Sickle. No good.
I feel like every shot she steps back 1 foot, Sam. Every shot on that three-pointer, she looks to go back a little bit further, challenge herself a little bit. Why not?
To say she has confidence would be an understatement, Jake.
Another turnover there. That's got to be the 40th.
Van Sickle's open if they need. Lord, layup, good. That's her first basket of the game. She's gotten into the action.
The only thing this team needs is a little water break here in a second, Sam. And
a water break, or a whole new roster. Heritage.
No foul there, and she wanted one.
Oh, Jada Moore. Jada. She's being shifty.
Oh,
pass.
what a pass.
Van Sickle.
No look. Off the mark.
No good. Oh, she's getting her looks, Jake. Those are usually ones that you can count every time.
Jada Moore, good for one of those nice little no-look passes a game. Sometimes it's behind the back as well. Look for some more in this game. Here's Jada Moore, and here's Avery Van Sickle.
Let's see if she dunks it for the dunk. No good.
I'll take a layup.
You never know.
Hey, 2 points is 2 points,
2
Sam.
points
I can't
is 2
complain
points.
about it. I would have loved to see that one on SportsCenter, though.
Oh,
but
gosh.
Unfortunately, they don't take layups.
They don't. And, oh, Yost.
Yost missed her last 4 shots now. She's 3 for 4 at the line, though.
Yost gets roasted. Jada. She's going on an expedition. Over to Van Sickle for 3. She got it.
I think she made a sign of the cross on that one, Sam, as she puts it home. Oh, my goodness, Avery Van Sickle. Up 60 points now and holding their breath here. Jack Fada's going to eat another Reese's here on the sideline, and I think I'll have another too.
We're going to take a 30-second timeout while the Raiders talk it over. 68-8. A devastating, bludgeoning win.
Sword to the throat.
Oh, we're having a blast here on the Raider Sports Net. We're doing some laughs. You know we like to make it funny. We're not the boring kids from Rampart High School. We are the
state champions.
Yes. We are not Mr. Boring. Grace Wigan Over to Madden McHugh. They're taking their time. Crossover, looking the other way. Michelle East, crossover. Grace Wigan, Madden McHugh, and
Look at
good!
those flowers on the court for Madden McHugh after that three-pointer. Look at all those flowers, Sam. Oh, my goodness. Why not? Go give him to Madden McHugh with after that three-pointer from long range.
Madden McHugh, great play there. She has just been fantastic for this team this season. She was a freshman last year. She's a sophomore now. She's already in the starting lineup, and she is showing what she can do. Lord to Nia McKenzie.
Dunk it, Nia. That works too.
And it is going to be a full timeout for Heritage.
Coach Ann or Megan, possibly DeAndre. With the timeout here.
Coach
Harry
DeAndre
Nichols.
going to call a timeout on that one, and we're going to call a timeout here on Raider Sports Network.
Welcome back on the Raider Sports Network. So much fun here tonight.
Oh, gosh.
Sam, I think I got on your mic.
Patrick Carlson joining in on the laughs. Here comes Heritage. We got exactly a minute left. 73-8. Heritage trying to end the quarter on a high note. Let's see what they can do. Grace Wigan playing tight defense. That's just what she does as they turn it over again.
See if the Raiders decide to slow down a little bit here, up 65 with 45 seconds left to go, and we're still in the third quarter. They leave Grace Wigan wide open, but she'll take it. No defense out there on the floor tonight.
A lot of off-ball movement happening right now. Nia McKenzie, she's at the top of the key. Handoff, Van Sickle from way downtown, no good.
Sam, where is her scout here tonight? Van Sickle, the slinger.
Madden, pump fake, take. Oh, was that shifty or what, Jake?
McHugh took that one to the house, and they almost didn't call a foul there. I think they felt bad at the end there and clear a foul on that one. Sam, I see the picture on if you see the picture down there, the fathead picture down there that says relentless, and this team sure does look relentless, and that picture looks a little scary, and Jada's got a little shh next to her hand, you know. I just see a baby screaming.
If that picture doesn't make you pee your pants of being so scared, then I really don't know what will. I mean, they all look like they want to just beat the crap out of every team they play. But
they've done that, just that. I mean, 140 points, and
you're right.
You add the 65, Sam. Let's do some math now. As you add 66 now. So what's 140 plus 66? 206. Thank
Nice
you,
job, Patrick. That's why you're in all AP
So the Raiders outscoring opponents by 206 points in the last 5 games. Thank you, Patrick.
That's what Ballroom Dance does for you. I'm going to tell Miss Lynch for you.
What a dribble drive and take there, getting her team into double digits. It's number 24, the freshman Ella Burke.
They get it to go. Michelle East to Mulberger before the buzzer, and they got
Buzzer beater.
74-10. Oh my goodness, insurmountable. But Jake, before we go into this fourth quarter, I know we said we were going to talk about professional sports. Let's do it now. But I gotta. Obviously, you're a big baseball guy too. You're a big sports guy. You like a lot of sports. But this whole baseball thing, I know we're in basketball season, but you got to talk to me about this whole Astros situation. It's really been. I'm a fan of sports and of all the different sports situations that occur on a regular basis, but I have not quite seen anything like this. This Astros team that was so amazing back in 2017, and now it's bringing a lot of question to the organization, and not even that, but the potential for the future.
You know, that's right. They've stripped a lot of draft picks from this team already. You talk about players losing their dignity on this team. It was a very big call. If you haven't seen it yet, it was stealing signs, and they were going undercover to tell them the signs of the pitch count in the World Series. So this was the 2014 World Series against the Dodgers. So a big scandal going on right now for the Astros. They take some rings away and whatnot, and very penalized, and even just came out today, Sam, that if any team speaks about it, they're going to be very penalized as well.
They're very serious about it. It's a big deal, especially for a World Series game. It is not a soft topic.
It truly isn't. And quickly moving to the NBA real quick, an upset thriller. The Memphis Grizzlies, that is, at home, a 3-point lead over Houston Rockets with 6 minutes and 51 seconds left.
And Memphis is over San Antonio right now in that 8th seed, so watch for Ja Morant in the Grizzlies. They have a good team. They're young, but they got Ja Morant, Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr., Valanciunas. I mean, they have some solid players. It's just a matter of putting it together and gaining some chemistry.
And moving over to college basketball, Clemson upset number 3 Duke, 79-72 at home. A big win there against the Zion-less Duke Blue Devils. One more game for you. Kansas up 1 at halftime. Number 6 Kansas, that is, over Oklahoma, 28-27 to score. And that's one to look out for as well.
You know what's interesting, Jake? You bring about that Zion thing. If you watch Duke, it is just so obvious how different of a team they are without Zion. He's one of the greatest college basketball players ever to touch the floor.
We may not have Zion, but we have Avery Van Sickle, another three-pointer there, and Zion a little bit, in the words of Francesca Believi, just finding the rack, and she can dunk the ball just like he can. But you look at Duke, as you said, Sam, a team that really loses its star player, just like the Raiders did. And how did they bounce back from that? They've done a good job so far as the number 3 team in the nation, but a loss to Clemson will hurt that. They may move out of the top 10.
I see a lot of similarities, Jake. I see a lot of similarities between that team and this team.
That's right.
They're both talented. They've both lost a key player or two, and they're still a solid team, just still trying to find their groove.
As the Raiders are currently ranked number 7 in the state of Colorado. Avery Van Sickle, Sam, she just doesn't miss.
Yeah.
That's her second 3 that hasn't even counted in this game, and I believe she's hit 7 already tonight.
Yeah. She's fantastic, and you know what's crazy to me, Jake, is they're leaving her open. They don't even care. They're just like letting her step into it. And look, she's doing jumping jacks. She's that wide open.
She threw that one up into the sidelines.
Watch your language, sir.
She almost knocked my M&Ms off of my tray.
Here comes a platoon swap. East, Mulberger.
Platoon swap.
Nia McKenzie.
This isn't World War III, Sam.
Grace Wygand and once again Lord checking into the game.
Here comes the whole team for Heritage to check in here in just a moment. Doing a little 5-on-5 substitution.
Great hustle from Mulberger getting on the ground.
6 players screaming out there, including Patrick Carlson looking for the ball down there. Everybody's open.
Michelle East, mid-range, very high arcer, but it's good. Michelle East, not really a scorer, but defensively she is there. She is also another multi-sport athlete. We talk about it so often, Jake. She was on the field hockey team that made it to the championship the last couple years, and she's fantastic.
Heritage girls on the sideline laughing. I don't know how you laugh a 71-point loss. As you see the Raiders trying to extend that.
East down low to Mulberger. One bounce, move, good.
Mulberger using that athleticism and size to take it down there. Her second bucket of the game. Raiders 83 points now, Sam. Can they hit 100? That's the biggest question in this one now.
Too easy for Mulberger. She's working inside. The Raiders defense is great so far. They're sticking with a man defense right now.
Off the mark there, and a nice hustle play there. That's number 13 for Heritage. There, Sam, there's no number 13 in my roster, so she must have just snuck on the court for that one. I frankly don't know what to say about that. I don't know if Patrick can get the roster on camera, but there's no number 13. I think she was taken off of the C-level team, as I see on my roster here. She was. That's Taylor Hansen, and nice hustle there, Taylor.
And for those of you who were listening to us in that first quarter, it's Coach Terry for Heritage. It is not Coach Anne Marie.
We apologize to Ann, Megan, and Deidre.
Yeah, Jake was looking at every team's head coach except for Varsity.
I did a little head coach exploring. Not that the Raiders need one, but this Heritage team might need a new one.
Oh gosh, Jake.
Having fun here tonight. It's second semester and
Oh, Yost.
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 Nice shot, Yost.
Mid-range is good. Oh, finally.
Katie Kesselman putting that one home. What a beautiful name, Katie.
It should be Casey Thankfulman, because I'm really thankful she finally put me out of the misery that I've been watching this entire fourth quarter.
That was a 32-minute
Oh, wow. It's 83-12, 2:52, and the Raiders could always bring this up to 100 points. Never say never is all you can say. Never say never. And you look at Lord, who's playing defense. They leave him wide open, Heritage. Oh, my goodness. Nia McKenzie gets the board on that shot. That horrifying shot, might I add, as Bachelet is about to check in. Out of bounds.
That shot was scarier than The Shining, and that movie haunts me still to this day in my sleep.
Oh.
So I'm glad.
The Shining. Bachelet, my apologies.
Just a quick update. I heard from Jack Fade if the Raiders can put up 100, he'll be dancing to Backstreet Boys after this one.
Bachelet, she can shoot it.
Get it.
High arcing. No good on that one. And it will be Heritage ball. 2 minutes left to go. And for those of you who don't know, once again, we're a media network, Raiders Sports Network, and we have a lot of games for you this week, Jake.
We do. 5 games this week.
You're right, and you're going to hear a lot of Jake with play-by-play in hockey. He's just doing an absolutely fantastic job with Jaron Johnson, and he's going to have a couple guests.
Retired Jaron Johnson.
You're right. Retired Jaron Johnson, who's going to be playing rugby this season. We'll do a couple rugby broadcasts here and there, so make sure to look out for those. You always love to watch Mariano Adame and Jaron Johnson, our good RJ Media friends on the Varsity squad.
Get that out of here. Number 21 for the Raiders, Emily Thomas, said go back to Heritage on that one.
Yes, she did. So make sure to tune in, and thank you so much for spending your time here with us. We're so thankful. Working the dribble, Heritage. Another block by Mohlberger.
Oh, my goodness. She has to apologize after that block.
Oh my gosh, Yost.
Yost going down there, and the charge. She's loving it. Pops back up there.
Gosh, you'd think with the excitement from the crowd, they were up 100-83.
Keon Yost, a little burst of speed there. Drawing the foul. She's got 8 here tonight.
Here we go.
Patrick called that one a sympathy foul there. It is, frankly.
Raiders still playing staunch defense right now to close this one out. Another wide open mid-range, and they get it.
Gets it to go. That's number 12. And Annika Kimes knocks down the dime. You like that rhyme, Sam?
I do. Wide open 3. How about we close it out with a bucket? Mohlberger,
it's not looking like 100, but I'd love to finish this thing off with a bucket.
Hey, 83 is pretty. It's pretty amazing, Jake.
Just a quick update to the schedule. Sam mentioned it. Thursday we got more basketball. It's the Raiders boys basketball team looking for their second win of the season. And Friday and Saturday, 2 hockey teams for the Raiders. A pair of big games. The Raiders trying to extend their 5-2 season.
You're right. Clock ticking down. 2, 1, and 0. Jake, before we close this one out, give me some last thoughts and talk to me a little bit about not only the week we have coming up, but the week that this girls basketball team has coming up.
Well, I mean, it was a field day for the Raiders, putting up 83 points in this one. Avery Van Sickle put on a show, as did Jada Moore and the entire Raiders roster here. Nothing critical of this team tonight. Everything went well from the defensive end to the offensive end. It's so fun to watch this team. Can't wait to broadcast them once again. And Sam, I gotta add, are we going to be doing the player of the game tonight? I think we have to after this game.
I think
we just get the whole team. Do we have enough mics for that?
I wish
Patrick,
we did.
can you make a mic right now?
Gosh, Patrick's so good at his job, but that's the one thing he can't do. So thank you so much. And before I leave, I just want to let you guys know there's going to be a new weekly segment we have on RJ Media. It's called Sam Loves Sports. It's going to be on RJ TV every week. Make sure to check on YouTube. It's going to be on the weekly show. Will Monroe, Will Cassie do a great job. But every week I'm going to bring on an athlete or a coach from one of the Regis teams. We're just going to talk about their season. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about sports. It's going to be a nice talk show.
Are you going to talk about your feelings too?
Maybe.
I hope so.
Maybe we will.
Weekly Sam
But we are so excited. Make sure to look for it. This week we're going to have either a hockey player on or Coach Woodley. You know, if you have Coach Woodley on, it's going to be an automatic comic show.
Sam could have a cheerleader on too. Watch out.
Yeah, you never know. They're easy to find when it comes to me. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. Again, Jake Stewart, Patrick Carlson, Jack Fate, Sophia Marsnick doing what she does. My name is Sam Stern. You have a great evening.